around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I'm not going to assume your gender.
What the fuck is that? Pennywise is on disability or something?
How insensitive of you to point that out.
You don't have the privilege to go to work?
I am a disabled American, and you think I can get up and go to work? I don't have that privilege.
I'm gonna throw up.
I can imagine the ugly things that go through your mind and the thoughts. I wouldn't want to live in your head for 1 minute.
Go fuck yourself.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 24 hundo and 36 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. And today's episode of The Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flex and all you beaches.
Yeah, it's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine.
How we doing, fam? Welcome to the show 2436. It's Friday, January the 6th, and let's get right into it. Make sure you hit the like button, share the stream, and check all the links in the show notes down below. Show notes down below to join the greatest, the sickest, the illest fam in the realm, the Swole fam. God damn right. Oh my God, we're coming off an amazing show yesterday. It's been a big week. We have an overtime segment, by the way, right after today's fucking live stream. We're going private.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
We got an overtime segment. We have a special, very special overtime segment. They're always special, but it's going to be extra epic and extra juicy. You do not want to miss out on this. So at the end of the stream, we will shift on over into the Daily Swole Telegram chat and, of course, Swole TV, but you have the live chat inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat. You can also stream the video and chat in there as well. It's going to be fantastic. So those links, if you're a member, you log into your account right there on your homepage, you will see the link for the Daily Swole Telegram chat, and that's where we will stream the overtime. It's going to be fucking stupid. It's going to be absolutely lit. All right, so hit that share button. Let everyone know. This is the way that if you want to slap someone with knowledge cock, this is your opportunity. This is how you slap them. If they don't listen to you, maybe they'll listen to Papa. So share the stream right now. Fam, let's get into it. Let's bust a nut wide open. Happy Fef, everyone. The day in which we delete, unfollow, we unfriend, we block out all the fucking noise. Delete those lazy fucks in your life. Pillar number one, all day long. Put some respect on it. What'd you smash? Drop it in the comments below. Now today's Fef, it is fucking Friday, but it just felt like a this is when people quit day. It felt like that, but of course, you need to make sure you're deleting and blocking out all the fucking noise. So it is still Fef. It is still Fef, and I think it'll always be Fef. It's just very important that we have this card today. It felt right. So we usually do a Fef card today, but this is when people quit. It's always a great fucking card. It's a great fucking card. Okay, so we talked about, if you're just joining in live, we have overtime going down right after today's episode. It's going to be fucking fire. It's going to be epic. Trust me, you do not want to miss. If you've ever missed an overtime before, how dare you? You don't want to miss today. You do not want to miss today's overtime. So you could take a moment right now and join the fam over at SwoleNormousX.com, and you can get there in time. The Daily Swole Telegram chat link is right there on the homepage, and you can get the fuck in there at the end of the public live stream. It's going to be awesome, and I cannot wait. I am super stoked. Super stoked. Let's see a little bit of the Tainty Man. We got Tainty Man. I just took him on a big walk, a beast of a walk. So he's kind of punched out. He's literally like drooling on himself. And we got the church over here, and she's looking super cute.
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady with her legs crossed.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't. Let's not let's not take it too far. She looks adorable. She looks really cute. She always leans away from the camera. So let me see if I can get a little bit of a side angle there. All right. So there's the church. There's the Tainty Man. And let's get into that tip, shall we? Babe, just an inch. Just an inch. It's cold outside. Must spit on it. Before we get into any of the Swole Fam posts, I want to give you all a reminder that we do have some ridiculously epic merch. These are a couple of the latest releases in the last few weeks. We have the Buzz Swole Year Go to the Fucking Gym and beyond. We have the brand new GTTFG College design, which is fire. All this is over there at papaswolio.com. And because you're a listener of the show, you can use code Daily Swole for 10% off every single day. We got Depth Vader. We have the Don't Be Fit Phobic Go to the Fucking Gym shirt. We also have the legendary Go to the Fucking Gym GTTFG beard logo design, which is awesome. Keep calm and get swole. We have the Luke Swole Walker, May the Swole be with you design. We have the new diet plan. This is most certainly guaranteed to offend someone. And that's probably the best part, is that you can offend people at your leisure. Just seriously, you don't even have to say anything anymore. You can just be like, just read it. I don't have time. I don't have time to call you a cunt to your face. And we have the two styles, the yellow and the red Swole Wars, Return of the Gains. Very nice.
I gave it a
epic designs. You expect no less over
10.
there at papaswolio.com. And we'll get into some questions, by the way. We got some great calls today, and we'll take some more questions. Remember, you can still, well, for tomorrow, we have Swole Slut Saturday, and for Sunday, go to askpapaswolio.com to submit some questions. So if you didn't get it in time for today's episode, you could do it for tomorrow. Let's see here. Hold on a second. 1 second. All right, we have our first Swole Fam post.
What's in the box?
From Brandon. And Brandon writes, core and back done today. Met an absolute gorilla of a dude. I was T-bar rowing 345s, and this MFer threw on 745s for reps. Just stupidly impressive. Indeed. Indeed. Yow, yeesh. Yow. 745 for reps. 745. I mean, what kind of reps were those? Come on. What kind of reps were those? What kind of reps were those? And it must have been a machine, because if you put on 745s on a bar wedged in the corner, that shit, unless you have someone standing on it, that shit's going to flip up. That's Ronnie Coleman level. His form was trash. Of course, he was juiced out of his mind, but that reminds me from like Cost of Redemption or whatever his old videos were. He had a T-bar row. He just had like fucking 7 or 8 plates. Stupid weight. How can you criticize the GOAT on form? But man, he was a monster. He was a monster. Just to even lift that off the fucking ground is epic. All right, we got one here from Cody. And Cody says, what up? My name's Cody. I've been listening to Papa's podcast for a few weeks now and finally took the leap into the fam. I'm looking forward to correcting my nutrition and finally getting myself on a better path. All right, Cody, welcome to the fam, Wise. Welcome to the fam. Super awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get into, we got another post here. This one's from our very own Josh. Let's see what we got. What's Josh got in that box?
What's in the box?
All right.
Because stickers?
All right, Josh writes just under 8-year difference. Red shirt photos from April 2015 and the other 2 post-workout photos from today. This is your reminder to enjoy the journey since you'll eventually get to the destination. I like that. I like that quote. I like that. Let's zoom in on the bottom right. Look at that picture of Josh. Look at that picture of Josh. Look at that picture of Josh. Look how big he is. Look at that plump. Look, it looks like an apple. Looks like a manzana. And then, of course, the face looks completely different. Shaved the head. Got that beard looking right and tight. Fucking awesome, dude. 8 years. But I like that quote. I like that quote. This is your reminder to enjoy the journey since you'll eventually get to the destination. Straight facts. You'll eventually get there. In other words, a lot of people are in a rush. A lot of people are in a rush to get to the destination. I think that's, you always say, enjoy the journey, but you have to enjoy the journey and you have to experience it one day at a time, right? It's 7 pillars every day. It's the ins and the outs every single day. It's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be peaks and troughs. It's going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be fun. It's going to suck a huge donkey dick. It's going to be all over the place. And I think it's important to understand and recognize that the journey is all we have. And the quickest way to get distracted and the quickest way to not make progress or to get taken off track is to focus only on, I'm trying to lose 100 pounds. I'm trying to lose 100 pounds. Or, just being blind to the day to day and only focusing on that end goal as if I will be happy finally when I get my goal. You understand? I'll finally be happy. Once I lose 100 pounds, then I'll love myself. You might not think, oh, I'll love myself, but you think, okay, then I'll be happy. Then I'll look good. Then I'll have what I want. Trust me, you're going to get there and you're still going to have things you want to do. You're going to get there and then you're still going to be the same person that you didn't work on. In other words, the mindset of I'll be happy once. I will be satisfied once, right? Once I get there. It's just not the same turnaround. I mean, how many of you have made amazing gains and you had a goal, whether it was weight loss or muscle growth or strength? And when you got there, it was like that little dopamine spike, like, yo, I did it. But then life goes on. Now what? This is why I don't like any of these 30-day, like right now it's January and everyone's doing, carnivore for a month or Whole30 or one of those stupid fucking, not that they're stupid in themselves or they're bad diet. These stupid fucking approach, 75 hard. You're doing this shit with a detonation. You're doing this shit with a countdown timer. For 30 days. Ooh, 30 days. I'm going to make a change for 30 fucking days. I hate the mindset. Most people aren't going to stick to it because they know I could do it for 30 days and then they quit. Then they fall off, right? This is when people quit. So these 30-day bullshit fucking challenges, no matter what it is, a push-up challenge, a squat challenge. Ooh, an eating real fucking food challenge. Oh, what a challenge to eat real fucking food. How about you put in the work and you enjoy your day and you're focusing on those fundamentals and you build a life you enjoy every day. You don't build a life around restriction. The 7 pillars are not about restriction. The 7 pillars is not restrictive. It's actually abundance. The 7 pillars are abundance. It shifts your mindset. It changes the framing of how you're looking at things. You're not removing and keeping foods out of your face hole. You're not restricting yourself. You're actually eating to your full satisfaction, delicious, nutritious foods that help you perform at your best and optimize your mental and physical health. So you have to just really understand what the outcome is. And if you ever had a goal and you achieved it, okay, it's cool for a little bit. Or you make a little bit more money and then it's like, okay, like things become more normal. Things become more normal. You get in better shape. Okay, well, that becomes your new normal. Now what? In other words, you need to be more satisfied with less. You need to want less. You need to enjoy the now. You need to enjoy your daily execution. And this is why if you're living with a 7 pillars mindset, it keeps you more present, keeps you focused on today. You could have all this other shit going on. Okay, well, did you work on pillar number 1 today? Okay. Did you work on pillar number 2? Did you get your nutritiously dense food? Did you do that properly? Okay. Did you train today? Okay. Did you recover well? Did you meditate? Did you practice yoga? Did you do mobility? Did you get enough hydration in? Okay. Like those are the most important things. The 7 pillars keeps you present. The 7 pillars keeps you focused on today because tomorrow is going to come. And I don't care if you lost 100 pounds or you gained 30 pounds or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Any of those limited date-oriented programs might give you a short-term benefit, but it doesn't give you the tools to continue throughout the rest of your life. Some people will. Most people will fade off because they're not maintainable. So you have to think about it from the proper framework. And the 7 pillars keeps you in the present moment. It keeps you focused on the now, and it keeps you focused on the things that are most important. And then from that framework, you can build the life that you want with a consistent approach, and you will get many more results in the future, and it will snowball and continue to snowball. All right, let's get into a couple more. Let's see. We'll take a couple more Swole fan posts. Dory 75 hard changed me mentally. That's what it is. A mental toughness program. Life is mental toughness. Welcome to life, right? You get that plenty with life. What I see in the 75 hard is that it's a short sprint. It's something that's not really maintainable for most people. Not that it isn't good. You're exercising and you're, I guess, drinking water or reading. That's totally fine. But I don't like the 75 part. I like 365. Like I don't like the number attached to it. I do not like that time decay. I don't like that approach. I just don't like it. I think these are things that people get into because they start it because there's an end point. They start it because they can see the end. They can see the finish line. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel. There is no fucking light. This is forever. There is no finish line. There's no finish line. I mean, life is a challenge in itself. You don't need to work out twice a day, and it's like drink a gallon of water. Oh my God. Read a book. Whoa. In other words, I think it should be 365 hard. I think it should be rock hard. I think that's the problem. Everyone's concept of hard is different. I think it should be fucking rock hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Is this a list of things I did to your mom last night?
Anyway, there's no finish line. So any of these things, just assume a finish line, and then guess what happens? People do a 30-day challenge. Guess what happens on day 31? They go out drinking or they celebrate because they lost 25 pounds, and then they gain it all fucking back right away. Anyway, I'm not saying people don't continue. I'm sure some people continue. But you get my point. You get my point. The psychology makes a huge, huge, huge difference. All right, Kyle, what's up, Beaches? What's up, Kyle? What's up, my Beaches? I'm Kyle, 31, roughly £195 and right on that 6-foot line. I mainly run for fun, but also compete in roughly 40-ish events a year, ranging from 5K to half marathon. Ooh, just ran a full marathon this past fall. You lunatic. Looking forward to reading up on the Swole Man's nutrition and incorporating more strength training. Parentheses, club recommendations. Ooh, steel club recommendations. Gotcha. Into my current routine. I added yoga this past year, and it's definitely made a big difference on recovery and flexibility. Looking forward to checking out the Swolga 2. Thanks, y'all. You got it. Welcome, Kyle. We got a runner in our midst. We got some runners, my fam. All right. Good. Club recommendations. Well, there's a bunch of different types of clubs. You can get wood clubs. They're more expensive, but you can get different sizes that will match maybe shorter steel clubs. You can get them on Amazon. Onnit also sells quality steel clubs. I really like those. I really like their designs and their shape and the shaft. It's thick, but not too thick. So it's great to start. I believe they sell wooden clubs too on Onnit. They sell like 1 pound or 2 pound wooden clubs. I don't know if they were in stock last time I saw, but Onnit is a good company for steel clubs. You can also get a bunch of different steel clubs on Amazon. But the thing is, on Amazon, you'll get a lot of different grip. You get a lot of different grip thicknesses. Some are better than others. So it's kind of hit or miss. But if you want to go for a steel club, I would recommend going to Onnit and getting your clubs there for steel clubs. I would start off with a 5 pound club. I would get a 5 pound pair, and then I would then move up to like a 10 pound pair. You're not going to need necessarily pairs all the way up, but definitely start with 5 pounds. And then you might want to, if you can, you might want to also get a pair of 10s. That way you have something to progress into, but start with 5s for a while and build up that base. Remember, when you're doing club work, It's a lot of tendons, ligaments, small musculature and bones in your hand and your elbow. It takes a long time to build that density. It takes a lot longer to work your way up with clubs, and you need to be a lot more careful and a lot more systematic with it than standard like weight training. So in other words, weight training will put more, yes, of course you're using your joints, but there's a lot more soft tissue focus with standard weightlifting, whereas with the kind of swinging, you're using a lot of the momentum, and it's a lot more torque based than a lot of the standard lifting that people are usually used to. So I would make sure that you're doing extra time with lighter weight, do more reps. Think of it more as like cardio for your joints in that sense, more endurance. It's not about the strength, but if you build that foundation, you'll be able to get stronger in all your lifts and you'll be able to move up proficiently, but it takes a lot longer. And it's a coordination too. So, yep. Nick says, hell yeah, jumped to the 10-pound clubs too fast and overstressed my tendons. Yep. Very common. Very common. I did it too. With the maces. You get very excited. It's very exciting and it feels great. And you just, it's a problem when you come from a weightlifting background. You're used to jumping up in weights fast. Like, oh, I got the form. This is great. And you go up. Like when you move up, you only want to do like a few reps. You only want to do a little bit, very low volume. So you might want to sprinkle that in every other day. Once you build up a great foundation for a few weeks with a lighter club, then you kind of throw in a little bit of the heavier one. Once you warm up, do a little bit every other day, kind of like build up light work with that and then slowly transition. Because the best situation is that you don't move up super fast and you just keep on building up that joint density. And the worst thing that you can do is go up too fast and then you hurt yourself. Because if you hurt yourself with a club or mace, trust me, I've done it. It's like, it's not muscular. It's very deep in the joints. It's very much towards like the end, the insertion points of the tendons and like the ligaments. It's very much in the fucking joint. It's not like, oh, my muscle's sore. It takes a long time to work on that. Now, what I would recommend if you suffer, I've always talked about you okay, Bubba? I've always talked about the Therabar and things for elbow tendonitis. What I would recommend is to get light clubs, whether they're plastic or I would recommend wood if you can, like 1-pound clubs or lighter, and just do like wrist spins forward and back. That's fantastic for the elbow. It's fantastic for the extensors and the muscles in your hands. Those are fantastic. We have that stuff in the Swole Flow program and some of the Swollen 7s, I think. Okay, Joe, where do you say we can get them? I would recommend in terms of steel club, I would say I prefer the style and the shape of Onnit. I have some clubs from Amazon and some other suppliers. I did order from a different company, but they changed the style of their clubs and maces, and I don't like them anymore. Lay down. I don't like the style. They changed the style to put way too much weight in the handle and the shaft of the mace, and just it's a shitty swing now. So they kind of fucked up their entire brand, in my opinion. The quality of it is just not what it used to be. So it's just important to make sure you're getting from a good place. I think they go up to, the Onnit ones go up to, I think they go up to 45-pound clubs. Of course, you do like, that's for single arm. You do, one club, 2 hands. You're not going to do double. You could do halos. You could do like sword casting with it, but you have to get real strong for that. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get into another Swole Fam post. Welcome to the fam, Kyle. That's my recommendation. Of course, you can get those. You can get steel clubs on Amazon. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. But what I did notice, I had a pair from a long time ago, 5-pound clubs on Amazon, and like the shaft is very, very thin. So it's not as, the Onnit ones keep it more like the same for all the styles. So it's a much more consistent grab when you move up in weights. Wax, how to recover from said tendon injury? Well, it depends on what the issue is. Rest, ice, sauna are important. Light club work. That's why it's great to get a pair of light wooden clubs. Light wooden clubs and start learning how to, twirl and do like the wrist rolls are fantastic. Like we have in the wooden double club Swole Flow program. that it's either available now or it's shortly. We said we're going to release it this month. But you can get those from Body Mind Fit. He's from the UK. Peter's great. That's where I get many of my wood clubs from, my meals and jories, and he has a lot of great stuff. Wood clubs are more of it's all an investment. Wood clubs are going to cost you a bit more, and don't get deceived, because when you get a wood club, it might be like, oh, it's only 1 pound. I want to get a heavier one. You got to go really light. The difference is they're not going to make a steel 1 pound club, because if you make it with steel, it's going to be heavier for that size. It's going to be like really tiny if it's 1 pound. So they have 5 pounds, but then if you go like 4 pounds, you can make it steel, but they get really skinny. And then if you do like 2 or 1, they'll make it kind of like a plastic. So, but when you get a wood club, because wood is so much more, it's nowhere near as dense as steel, it's going to be a lot bigger, and it's going to be 1 pound. So you get more torque because it's bigger, it's lighter, but the lever, it's further away from your hand because of the length of the club. So it's 1 pound, but when you start swinging it, that torque adds weight to it. So it's a whole different swing. Glenna, my husband got me a 10-pound club for Christmas. Yeah, that was a mistake. Woo, way too big. 5 pounds is actually too big to start for most women. Even for most men, I would recommend, again, if you want to invest in some clubs, I would go to Body Mind Fit and get some very light clubs. The wooden ones, they're fantastic. Or start with like a 2 or 3 pound pair of clubs from Amazon. You got to start light. Yeah, 10 pound. You'll get there. You can get there with like a 2-hand or maybe some certain heavy, like the Swole Flow heavy club program. You can use a 10 pounder, but way too heavy to start with. Way too heavy to start with. You could also check the Amazon store. I think we have a few clubs up there in Amazon. All right, last Swole fan post. Is it the last one, or do we have one more? Okay, last one. This one's from Matt. Matt says, oh, hell yeah. Finally, the mailman brings me something good. Hashtag Swole fam. Hashtag go to the fucking gym. That's a Swole fam card right there. Excellent. Excellent. Fantastic.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
All right, let's take some questions. Let's get into a call. Foist. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole if you want to ask a live question. But of course, if you head on over to askpapaswirlio.com, you know what I'm saying? You can submit a question for the show, and if you do it today, we'll get to it in either tomorrow's episode or Ask Papa Swolio live on Sunday, where we just take pure questions. So Sunday, we just do only questions. It's going to be fucking lit. All right, let's get into the first call. Here we go. We got one from Jose. Jose, you're on the Daily Swole.
Hey, what's up? I'm Swole. Well, sorry, my English is not the best.
Good,
so I was dating a girl, and she's cute, she's cool, she's perfect, she's skinny, but then she said, I don't want something right now with you, so it's better we are friends. So that kind of hurt me. But the thing is that she's a 10, but she doesn't go to the fucking gym, so I don't know what to do. And I go to the fucking gym, I fucking love it, but she don't. So, what do you think?
I think she did you a fucking favor, Jose. I think she did you a favor. My God, she's a 10, but she doesn't go to the fucking gym. That's an absolute fucking zip. That's a 0 right there. What are you talking about? You go to the fucking gym. She doesn't go to the fucking gym. She's not a 10, and she says she's better off being friends. Fuck that bitch. She's not right for you, man. Fuck it. She doesn't want it. Work on yourself. For the streets. Work on yourself, Jose. That's a sign. That's a sign. In other words, you know what? Take that as a note. You don't want her. You're not ready for her. You need to work on yourself. Go all in the gym. Train like a motherfucking beast. Work on yourself. Develop yourself as a man. Fuck that beach. There are plenty out there. There are plenty of ladies out there that like to smash some fucking steel. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Sell crazy someplace else.
Thanks for
We're
the
all
call.
stocked up here.
Thanks for the call. All right, let's get into another question. This one is we got one from Seth. Seth, you're on the Sleazecast.
Hi, Papa Swolio. I just wanted to say how lucky I am to get to ask you a question, so I'll just get right through to it. I'm from South Africa, by the way, just to let you know that's how far you stretch. But I just wanted to ask what kind of diet I should be on. I weigh about 74 kgs. And I know about the whole 1 gram of protein, 10 calories per pound of body weight to stay lean. But I wanted to shred through the rest of my summer, which is January to February, maybe do a bit of a shred and then go on a bulk in the winter. But I have not been training long enough. I don't know, someone told me that you shouldn't go on a bulk too early once you start training. So I was just wondering where I should like find this kind of information, or who I should follow to kind of get the specifics of what I want to do and how to count calories properly, if you get what I'm saying. Thank you for letting me ask a question. Great.
Seth, thank you so much. And shout out to South Africa. South Africa in the house. You said you're 75 kilograms. So what is that in pounds? Is that like 165? Is that 160? Yeah, you didn't say how tall you were, so I don't really have a perspective on that. So if I gathered this correctly, you don't have a lot of experience in the gym. What are you going to cut to? Is my point. I don't know who told you not to bulk. Bulking just means people associate bulking with just getting fat. Putting on muscle. You want to build muscle. So forget the fucking bulk. You don't want to be a fat jabroni. It's 165. All right, that's pretty close. So I don't know how tall you are, but unless you're like 5'3", you need to put on some muscle. I mean, if you're 5'8", you should be putting on some muscle. If you're like at 165. So thinking you're going to cut to what? Again, you're skinny fat probably. It's time to put on muscle. You'll raise your resting metabolic rate. You'll have more lean mass. Your body will metabolize more fat at rest. You'll trim down. You'll lean out over time. It's very important to not worry too much about calorie counting. You didn't tell me anything about your nutrition. Make sure you check out my content on the elimination diet. Ask another question on the podcast. Catch a live stream. I know maybe the time differences makes it less feasible in that sense. But, getting in quality proteins, of course, that's important. Getting in up to, about a gram per pound of body weight is a general approach there. I know you say 10 calories. I've never done that calculation in that sense, but you want to put on muscle. So you need to be lifting regularly, get on a solid training program, make sure you're sleeping quality, hydrating properly, getting your electrolytes, lifting heavy, eating plenty of protein and fat, focusing more on that, filling in the gaps maybe with some carbohydrates, some fruits and things like that. You know how I feel about grass-fed beef and pastured eggs and stuff like that. I'm not sure what accessibility or what access to food or what the food supermarkets and stuff are like in South Africa, but I'm sure they have protein down there. So this is a muscle building game. You don't have to get fat when you put on muscle. You don't need a crazy calorie surplus. You need enough protein. You need to create a proper stimulus that your body is going to build muscle. So very important, build muscle. Stop worrying about cutting when there's nothing. Again, there's nothing to cut to. If you haven't been lifting, if you don't have a solid base, what are you going to cut to? You need muscle. You need to cut down to have more, you need to have more muscle so you can cut. There's something there to cut to. All right. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the question, Seth. Appreciate it. Well, you said how far my reach goes. Oh, I know. The knowledge cock goes far, and because knowledge cock wraps around the entire world. You know what I'm saying? The world, Chico, and everything in it. All right. Let's take a question. Let's take a question here. I don't know if you guys knew, but if you listen on Spotify, you can actually respond to a podcast and you can ask questions on Spotify. So fucking awesome feature over there. So if you listen on Spotify, you can reply and ask a question. Anyway, this user was asking, hi Papa Solia, I just want an advice about my situation. I'm working night shift. Is it okay to work out after my working hours? So anyone else that's watching live that works night shift, you can drop your thoughts. I would always recommend to do it first. That way, when you're off, you're, winding down, going to go get some sleep. Because if you've been working, that's what you should be doing, in my opinion. Or, it depends. Some people like to train and then go to sleep, but depending on what the shift is and what the rest of your life flow is, in my opinion, you'd probably want to lift first. That way, it's a great way. It's like your morning. So before your night shift, it's kind of like you're waking up. and then you're sleeping during the day, you're waking up, then you're going to work. So your morning is going to be in the evening at some point. But aren't you tired? My answer would be the same as when someone, my answer would be the same as someone asking me if they should train after work and they work a normal schedule. I would say train first. That's my thought. If you guys want to follow up with that, any other thoughts? Some of you might work nights already, so your thoughts, but that's my recommendation. Let's see. Mark Papasolio, I already know the answer, but I had to ask, what are your thoughts on trans women that are shoving tomato paste popsicles up their ass to replicate a period?
Emotional damage.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever fucking heard. We need mental institutions and many a padded wall. Jesus Christ. Poor tomatoes. They're a nightshade, but my God, they don't deserve that.
How dare you?
Papa Solio, what about dating someone who's overweight but is going to the gym and working on themselves? Look, you connect with and you're going to be attracted to whom you're attracted to. I'm not saying you have to overthink it, but if someone's going to the gym, working on themselves, and they're making we're all making positive changes. So they could be the right person for you. You're just meeting them at the beginning part of their journey. So it depends on, we're all kind of projects. It depends on, how you're meeting someone. If you're one of those people that always cyclically meet someone and you're like a fixer-upper and you're like, oh, I'm going to, you're helping change someone. It depends on what kind of person you are. You have to be aware of maybe your potential to try to fix people. But if you're meeting someone, if you met someone at the gym and they're working out because they're changing their life, and you guys connect, hey, by all means, it's your life. It's your life. Physical, I'm not here saying like if someone's doesn't have a six pack that they don't deserve love or that you can't be attracted to them or you can't connect with someone. I'm not saying that, to each their own. And like I always say, it's not that I don't like the fat mentality. I don't like the lazy victim mentality. I don't like this ejection and disconnection from our humanity and the apathy towards physical fitness. But everyone starts at different places. Some people start really, really slender and frail, and some people start obese. And if they're crushing it and their mindset's in the right place, you have a lot in common, don't you? So I think it's very hard to meet. I think if you're physically fit or you're going to the gym, your lifestyle habits, if that's where you are and that's where you're headed and that's where you're going, it's very hard to be with someone that isn't. So I think the same concept is like, well, I'm not going to date anyone that doesn't squat the same amount as me. It's like, well, everyone's going to be at different places. Everyone's going to have different goals and different things that they're going after. So, overweight is a vague term, but if they're going to the gym, working on themselves, and you're with them and you're eating healthy and you're going to the gym together, like, I think that could be great. Nothing wrong with it. It's not like, oh my God, you're not perfect. We're not going to be together. So if that's a personal question, then I wish you the best. Sounds like that individual is going to the fucking gym, of which I'm a fan. Goddamn right.
He's heating up.
Hells yeah. All right. Jay Papasolio, when losing weight, how quickly should you lose weight? Example, 1 pound a week or month or day. Holy fuck. If you're losing a pound a day, you're exceptionally dehydrated and it's not going to happen. Maybe at the very beginning if you're morbidly obese. So it's a range. And here's the thing. You're not going to lose the same amount consistently. It's not linear. So generally safely, healthily, because if you're losing a lot of weight in a very short period of time, it's a lot of water weight and you can be dehydrated, which can negatively affect your health and performance and consistency and all that. So usually anywhere between like half a pound to like 2 pounds a week. But if you're morbidly obese or very overweight and you cut carbohydrates and you start doing a lot of cardio and you lose a lot of water weight, you might lose 3 or 4 pounds in the first couple weeks. Oh my God, I lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks. It's not going to keep going like that. So a lot of people don't understand what weight loss is, what it's not just weight loss, it's fat loss and water weight loss. They don't understand how to do things consistently. Slow and steady is much better than having like a super spike at the beginning, because a lot of people make drastic changes. They cut carbs, they flush out water because they're not eating carbs. They'll lose a lot of weight in a short period of time, and then they kind of bonk out. They crash because they cut carbs too fast and they're not getting enough nutrition, and their energy tanks, and they're not doing other things properly. So then they end up binge eating and gaining it back, and they get despair and they yo-yo. It's like, no, you just did it wrong. So it doesn't matter. Some weeks you're not going to lose any weight. That's why you don't have to worry about the scale, and stop worrying about the fucking scale. Build muscle, eat properly. You'll build muscle and trim fat over time. That's why the scale is maybe once a month. It's just not a very accurate measurement of your progress. Doesn't tell you how you're feeling. Doesn't tell you that you've been meditating every day. The scale doesn't tell you that your strength has gone up. The scale doesn't tell you that you've built really good habits, waking up early and going for a walk and prepping your meals on time. Like, it's just it's like, hey, here's how much the earth is pulling you into the center. It's just not. It's a very, very narrow. It's much more important how your clothes fit, how you feel psychologically, how consistent you've been, what foods you're eating. The weight, the fat's going to come off. It's everyone is at a different pace. Okay, let's see here. LHW Papa Swolio, does the full moon affect your sleep? It has been the full moon for a few days. My sleep has become shit. Happened before during a full moon. Is there a connection? Well, that's why there's tides. That's why the water goes in and out. It's because of the gravitational pull of the moon. So it's possible. There's different pressure. There's different gravitational pressure. So it's possible. It is possible also that you don't recognize the habits or the other things. I wouldn't really put that much focus on the full moon. I would focus more on your evening habits and your nutrition. I'm sure that has more to do with it than the full moon. But I think it can. And there's always stories. People are like, oh, the full moon, like people get crazy. It could be. I mean, if it pulls the water, it pulls the water and thousands and thousands and thousands and millions probably of tons of fluid that's getting removed and pulled towards a different, area of the planet. Why wouldn't it pull on your skull? It is. But it could. I don't know what kind of data there is for that, but I'm no full moon expert, but it is a change of gravity. I would look more first. A couple of things. Number one, you can't change that. So let's not worry about that right away. It's something it's out of your control. What's in your control? So the last few days, what have you been doing? Have you been eating late at night? Have you been on your phone late at night? Have you been has your routine been consistent? Has your room been cold? You're blocking out all the lights. You're sitting there stressing that it's, the moon is a circle in the sky, which it always is. It's just the reflection of the sun bouncing around the earth. And you know what I mean? We're talking about the tomato paste period. That's disgusting. Right? So you're shitting out ketchup and it's like, oh, it's a period. That's disgusting. That's serious mental. That's a serious mental disturbance. Midnight's Anthem, Papa Solio. Hey, Papa, it's the former 6-year vegan turned meat eater. We salute you. Thank you for your service. Fuck yeah! Dealing with some weight gain in the beginning, would you say this is normal? Still smashing the gym and nutrition? Depends on what you're eating. I would say it's probably the first time in 6 years you're getting dense nutrition. So your body's probably like, oh, thank you so much. And it's like, please don't stop eating this way. It's like holding on to as much as possible. Like, it doesn't know if it's going to get more. It's like, yo, we're getting food. We're getting fucking food, bro. Hold it. No. Don't use it all now. Like, wait. We don't know what's tomorrow's going to bring. Oh shit, there's more steak. Fuck yeah. Hold it. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going on, but hey, your body's like, sweet nutrition. It's probably like, what the fuck am I going to do with all this? It doesn't even know what to do. Like, what is this? What's this vitamin B doing here? What is that thing? The fuck? Protein I can use? The fuck is that shit? Aww, someone's feelings getting hurt. Not you. Someone's sitting there eating a fucking carrot like, my feelings. Come on, stop whining. Carrots are the bane of my existence. Fuck carrots. Okay. Yeah, you just first, you just said a few weeks ago, it takes time. Your gut biome is completely like, what the hell's going on? I don't know what you're eating. You're probably eating more nutrient dense food. You might have the shits a little bit. Like your body needs to shift over into processing. So I don't know what you did. If you just flip the switch, you might have some stomach aches. Like your body's going through a lot of changes right now. I wouldn't worry about it. Keep smashing the gym. I don't know what you're eating, but I would just, ease into that slowly. Give yourself time. Keep training hard. How do you feel? Like, how do you feel? Forget the weight gain. Like, how do you feel? That must be amazing. Tyler, what are your thoughts on long distance relationships? Ugh, depends on the context. I don't get it. I don't get it. Really doesn't work. We're humans. Like, you have to be near someone. It just doesn't it's a silly thing. It depends. If you've been together for a long time and like for whatever reason, like you have to be apart, like for a job, it's like a temporary thing. It depends. I mean, some people are able to get through it, but like a new relationship or you meet someone online, I mean, it depends on the context. There's some people that meet online, they're like pen pals, or they just talk online for a while and they meet and they're together and they have an amazing relationship. So my thoughts on it are, why would you want to be? There's so many people near you. I don't know. I think it depends. It depends. I mean, obviously it works for some people and doesn't. So like, who am I to say that it can't work? A lot of people do it. Jay, what if it is Greta who says not to go to the gym? Would you listen to that?
How dare you?
I wouldn't, I don't know. I wouldn't take her advice on anything. Anything. I don't think there's one thing in this world that I would take her advice on. Like, not one thing. I wouldn't even ask her a question. Like, if I was doing a crossword puzzle, like, I wouldn't even, what? There are no words that would come out of her mouth that I would be like, so no, nothing she says, nothing that she says affects my life. Let's take another question. Seth. Oh, we got to move on, but Seth, you're on the Sleazecast. Oh, Sethy. Seth. We're having a connection issue. Seth, go ahead. Go, Seth.
Hi, Papa Swole. I just wanted to say how lucky I am to get to ask you a question, so I'll just get right through to it. I'm from South Africa.
We did Seth already. We did Seth. Falcon? The fuck, man? I don't care if you're hungry. You have been very poor at your job lately, so you haven't been fed. You will be fed later if you put the right person on. Can we get Nasser or Nasser on the line, please? Can we? Is that possible? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, don't do me any favors. The worst producer in history.
So what is the question? What should I do if the game is so far off my home? So I don't have a car. I need to take a bus, and it's gonna take like 30 minutes to be there. So what should I do?
Take the bus. You could train at home. I mean, there's only going to be so much that you could do at home, but the gym, I have to take the bus. It's going to take me 30 minutes, or get a bicycle. It'll take you 10 minutes or less. Get a bicycle. You don't have a car? I mean, bikes are cheap. Bicycles, $100, $80. I don't know how much a bicycle costs, for fuck's sake. Or 30 minutes on a bus. So a bus takes 30 minutes because it stops a lot, or like, would it take the same amount? It'd probably take longer if you walked. You'd be tired. Or get on the bus. It's not easy. Guess what? This is when people quit. So there's two options there. Nasser, there's, you go and you make it happen, or you don't go to the gym. You do or you don't. There are a lot of people that fucking don't have a lot of time or take the bus to the gym and they train, or you don't take the bus to the gym and you don't go to the gym and you don't lift weights and you don't get results and you don't improve yourself and you don't build that discipline, and it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Or you get a bicycle. Come on. Megan Papasolio, does exercising consistently actually build self-esteem? Absolutely. Or is it something that meditation would be more helpful with? Both. Both. Train the mind with the body and train the body with the mind. Absolutely. Both. 7 pillars. Mindfulness is pillar number 6 and training is pillar number 3. They're both there for a reason. Do both. It's not like, oh, you get 40% from exercising and then the last, it's both. It's both. Good question. Absolutely 100% both. All right. Let's see. Midnight's Anthem. The vegan transition. You're trans vegan. Wait, you're trans carnivore? How would it be? I don't know. I
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, the Tyrannical Tuck.
Anthem, did you shove tomato paste up your asshole by any chance? Just wondering. This is what vegans do, right? I'm learning something new. We're learning something every day. I didn't know that about vegans. Okay. Yes, I was severely deficient in vitamin B and vitamin D and many other things, I'm sure. My doc put me on both supplements to help along with the diet. Yeah. Well, or eating real fucking food, and then you don't have to be on supplements. Follow up again. I feel fucking great. I no longer feel like I'm going to pass out. I have rosy cheeks again. I'm no longer pale and no more extreme brain fog. Good for you. Good for you. Let's fucking go. DW, Papa Soy, I've been crushing it in the gym, but started having numbness in my forearm and pointer middle finger. Thinking carpal tunnel. Figuring the doc will just put me on meds, but want to correct it myself. They might not put you on meds. They might just refer you to a physical therapist. I would look into a couple things. I would look into what I was talking about with like the wrist rolls with like light clubs. I would also look into a TheraBar or those open, those little like, we have them on the Amazon store, but they're also little finger strengtheners where you open your hand so you can work the extensors in your hand. But the wood clubs and wrist rolls are fantastic for all those muscles in your forearms and things like that that can reduce pressure. It's like anything else. You have overuse injuries or you're adding pressure, you're leaning a certain way, and then there might be numbness, there might be, certain blood vessels are getting pinched off or nerves that are having consistent pressure, and then they're starting to translate down to your fingertips. So I don't know if it'd be meds. They might just refer you out to a therapist. Glenna, why do all the callers tend to whisper? I don't know. Sometimes you kind of get a little bit, I don't know. Much better than like, yo, Papa Swolio, have you gone to the fucking gym? Much better than yelling, I would say. Much better. Midnight. They kicked me out since I wouldn't do the tomato enema. Ooh. That's rough.
Ever served in a forward area?
I'm sorry to hear that. Oof, they booted you. Speaking of tomato enemas, time to go balls deep. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's deep. All right. Good questions today. Make sure if you have a question, call in. We'll take some more tomorrow at Swole Slut Saturday. We do have overtime coming up after this, so we got to keep it moving. AskPapaSolio.com to submit a question. And like I mentioned, if you're not yet a member, for shame, how dare you? Why are you here and you're not a member?
How dare
it just
you?
Doesn't make sense. I don't get it. No one understands it. We're trying to be your friend here. Come be our friend. SwoleNormousX.com. We have overtime going down right after this public stream, and we got a very special launch. We got a very special new video that we're going to fucking go into. It's going to be awesome. Overtime. For shame. Jessica, what's that metal thing you swing around on your IG? God, did this fucking chick.
Shut up, bitch.
Every fucking day. Every fucking day. All right, Jessica, sit down. Sit down. I love you, but sit the fuck down. Jesus Christ. Fucking swole sluts. They're always getting antsy. Antsy in their pantsy when it's overtime day. Jesus Christ. It's intermittent fasting. Now it's a metal bat swingy thing. God, fuck. First it was Pedro. Now it's you. Just got trolls everywhere. Fucking trolls. All right.
I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you.
All right. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay.
Ooh, we got some transphobia. Oh, God. Kenzie. Ew. And... there's nothing good about any of these. There's nothing good. There's nothing good about any of these. Why would there be? This is balls deep. This is where we literally, if you're new, this is where we just literally like the balls deep videos. It's like having a boat that just sat in the docks for like 3 years, and these videos are equivalent to the barnacles that we have to scrape off the bottom of the boat. Like, just completely worthless. Just scraping off the barnacles. So these are those videos. This one says, Kenzie. Oh, God. Tell me you need to get some sun without telling me to get some sun.
What's in the box?
Transphobia is going last.
Okay, you know how some people eat and eat and eat and
Yep.
they just can't gain weight?
Nope.
Why is it so hard to believe that the opposite is also true?
That some people are just fat and they just can't lose weight. As she is eating literal, just seed oils, she's literally scooping and mixing some fucking peanut butter with likely hydrogenated oils. Legumes are inflammatory. So no, when you're just eating fucking nut butter, yeah, you have no pot to piss in there, champ. Okay, that was a nice warm up. That was an appetizer. We'll send that one back. We didn't like that one. Let's get a meal that we like. This one's called Body Positive Messages for the New Year. And by all accounts, this is the girl who talks like this. She doesn't have functioning muscles in her thigh. So she's going to talk like this. I'm pretty sure she's going to just talk like that. If you never watched the podcast with her, it's like this. I'm just assuming because I saw her face in the thumbnail, she talks like that. She talks like that.
What's in the box?
I don't have patience for this shit today. Body positive measures for you, New Year. Go to the fucking gym. Save the video.
Here are 5 body positive messages that I want you to keep with you at all times going into 2023. My name's Lacey Jade Christie, before we get into that, and I'm all about body positivity and plus size fashion, and if you're not already following me, then what are you doing? Leave
Going
this
to the
idea
gym,
of
improving
new
my
year,
life.
new me, or new year thin me.
Enjoying my
at
ears not
the
bleeding.
door. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the person that you are now. That being said, there is also nothing wrong with like working towards goals, growing as a human, but that does not mean that you need to lose weight.
The wrong type of growing as a human.
You don't have to wait until you're a certain size to do things. And I know when we travel, some
What does that mean? You don't have to wait till you're a certain size to do things. I mean, to fit into a chair. Like, you can't go to chair places. You can't go to chair places if you can't fit in a chair. You can't go on a elevator if there's a max size.
sometimes it's uncomfortable, airplane seats aren't big enough, we need seat belt extenders, those kinds of things, and they suck. But they're not changing anytime soon. So don't stop living your life, or don't put your life on hold waiting for some corporation to make things more accessible for you, or waiting for your body to shrink, because it might never happen.
Especially if you don't do jack shit and you keep stuffing your face with garbage fed.
And there's a whole life out there waiting. There's so many adventures. Take the damn photo. I don't want you to tell me that you're hiding, that you don't want to take the photo, that
Are there any women here today?
Take the damn photo. Even if you don't look at it again, hide it in a folder on your computer. At least then you've got the photos. And if you've got kids, then they've got memories with you. Take the photo. Lastly, and I think most importantly, find a community. Because there is power in numbers and representation. And if you're out there trying to do your body positive journey, but you're doing it by yourself, it's going to be so much harder to find your community. Because then not only do you have people who are ahead of you on this journey to look up to and turn to for guidance, but you also have other people who are at the same level as you, or even a little bit behind you, and you can all help each other out and uplift each other. This is not an ad for my Facebook group, but there is a link in my bio if you wanted to join. I don't know if that was 5, but they're all really good messages. 2023 is going to be an amazing year. I can feel it. Come and live it with me. It's going to be awesome.
I don't want to live with you.
There are no more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery, no more ballyhoo.
Well, there's that. There's that.
A newt.
All right. So we go from bad to worse, and then we're going into overtime. Here we go. Let's just get into it. Before we think too fast, right? The longer we wait, procrastination, let's just like Band-Aid right off. This says, could you explain in a video because I don't understand? No hate towards you. So in other words, someone is going to say ridiculous shit, has continuously said ridiculous shit, and someone that even follows that ridiculous shit is like, I don't understand what you're saying. That sounds like ridiculous shit. Can you explain this ridiculous shit? And this person made a response video probably explaining the ridiculous shit, which is probably going to confuse us more because it's ridiculous shit. Here we go.
Yes. So this person is asking, why are small dick jokes transphobic?
Why are small dick jokes transphobic? Because a woman doesn't have a dick, or they have like a little small little micro penis because they take testosterone, their clit gets a little bit bigger. It's mean to, no one cares. Small dick jokes, it's a joke. No matter what it is. Black jokes, Asian jokes, trans jokes, it's a joke. So that in itself should tell you everything you need to know. If it's a joke, you have no sense of humor. Laugh, or I don't like that joke, and move on with your life. Obviously, it's a joke, so everything you say now is just, I'm a super, I am adamantly opposed to reality, and I demand you don't say things that hurt my feelings. So continue controlling what we're allowed to say. You should be in charge. Apparently. Can't you tell?
First, want to say that whenever someone makes a claim like this, there's a really easy question you can ask yourself, which is, what am I trying to say by using a specific insult? What is at the core of the insult being used, and why is it demeaning?
Because they have a tiny pee-pee?
So in
That's
this
a joke?
instance, when you make a small dick joke, what are you really saying about the person?
That they have a small dick?
You're not actually commenting on their specific penis size.
You kind of are.
What you're saying is that having a small dick is something to be ashamed of.
It's a joke.
And there are behaviors associated with having a small penis.
Small dick energy. People that drive Mustangs. Right? Pretty much. Any car that goes blah, 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 blah. Tiny pee-pee.
Those behaviors stem from feelings of shame, inadequacy. The person feels emasculated or feminized.
Or it's a joke.
The reason why saying, oh, you have small dick energy or you have a small dick is offensive to men specifically is because it is intended to be emasculating.
Wow. You don't say. Well, this is how men create resilience. This is why men are men. Men make jokes. Men chide each other because we need to know if someone is actually emotionally fortified so that we can actually lean on them. It's a trust and a bonding experience between men. Men give each other shit. She's not a man, so she doesn't know. And she's ignorant to this. Fine. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be Forrest Gump.
My name's Forrest Gump.
But if you're a man or you've been around men, you would know that men shit all over each other all the time. Best friends are always shitting on each other. This is what men do. It's a bonding thing. It's a bonding thing. If you can't take a joke, in other words, you get called a pussy and no one wants to hang out with you because you're a little bitch. I mean, it's a much better way than like, hey, you want to hang out? Let's fight. And then if you can handle a fight, if you can take a punch, and if you have a good, a good handling of yourself. So instead, you throw some words and you chide back and forth, and like, oh, you could take a joke. All right, cool. He's cool. He can stick around. This is what men do. Baseball teams, football teams, any kind of male group. It's just jokes and dick jokes and shit like that all the time. Better than fighting. Okay.
And that's all fine and good. You can say, oh, we're saying it to cis men. It doesn't matter. But there are a large amount of people who get caught in that crossfire. In particular, trans and intersex people.
If you're making a joke, you can have full confidence that you will, most people, like 99.999% of people, will never meet an intersex person. Period. What? I'm not going to make a joke because I might be around an Inuit. An Inuit might be offended. They're over there fucking eating whale blubber like, they don't fucking care. Okay? I don't want to offend the Inuit. They're very sensitive people.
Because with using dick size as a insult, you are confirming that it is shameful to have a small penis.
It's a joke. It's a joke. And if you're trans and you have a vagina, you don't have a penis. So you cannot appropriate small dicks. How dare you appropriate penis jokes? No. Now I'm like really inspired to make dick jokes.
It does make you less of a man. It adds to the fears that without an organic penis, you might not be able to adequately please your partner.
Without an organic penis? Like a penis without pesticides? Oh, what you mean is like people that have a vagina, like women. So you're talking about women. You're not talking about a man with a penis. Not all men have penises. Yes, they do. They do. This isn't people with a penis. Men have penis. Okay, I have the soundboard for you.
Boys have a penis. Girls have
Let's
vagina.
fucking go. Doesn't make me phobic. I'm not afraid of things. Oh my God. I'm not afraid. I'm not hateful. You do what you want. But this is silly. This is silly stuff. Jokes shall be made. They shall continue to be made. And you have every right to feel offended and complain about it. So like you have the right to complain about it. It's great content.
Or that your partner will be missing out on that. And when it comes to using these insults to degrade like cis men who deserve it.
Stop saying cis men. Just say men. Stop saying cis men. Stop saying it. That's nonsense. It's a men. If you want to say a gay man, fine. A gay man. Gay men. But a gay man is still a man. But like...
I think another issue I have is that if that person had big dick energy, would their behavior then somehow be okay?
Oh my God.
Obviously not. So let's just name the behaviors. I also saw somewhere else in this discourse, instead of using small dick energy, big dick energy, we should start saying small dog energy, big dog energy, like the dogs at the dog park. And I thought that was kind of clever. So if you are looking for an alternative, that is one.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All right. Tyler says, put mercy on her. Mercy?
Shame.
Mercy?
Shame.
I don't know.
Shame. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Yeah, Betty, I don't think she put that together. So Betty says, so isn't comparing trans people to dogs also going to be offensive to her? I don't think. Again, this is what happens when you're trying to have conversations with things that are just completely illogical. Like, it doesn't work. You can't, it's not supposed, and here's the thing. We're all logical people. We all like things that make sense. So we live in reality. We live in a shared reality. It's very hard with people that are living in this shared reality to think like that, because it doesn't make sense. So we are looking at it and we're listening to these words and these sentences as if they're supposed to make sense. They don't make sense. They're never going to. So all we have to do is just laugh, man, that's retarded, and then move on, because it's just, that's it. It's not going to make sense. And I agree, Glenna. That's offensive to Rufus and Church. I agree. Big dog energy. Like my tainty man? A tainty boy. Tainty boy. Rufus, tainty boy. Wake up, a tainty man. Oh, tainty boy, wake up, tainty man. Oh, Churchley. Oh, my sweet little Church. See, she just like, I yell at her and it's like, she just opens up and she turns. Oh, all right. Aww. Yeah, the big dick energy and the small dick energy and the big dog energy. Look at her. I yell at, I call Church and then she just turns over. She turns over. You're a good girl. You are such a cutie. You're such a cutie. The whole fam's looking at you, how cute you are. Can I rub your bellies? Rub your bellies? You got like cow spots on your nips. Okay. All right. I can stay there petting her. You're so good, girl. You're such a good girl. All right. Let's give away today's Swole card. And we have overtime. We have overtime coming right up. Let's see. Let's get that thumbnail. All right. SwoleNormousX.com. Let's get into some Swole card action. This is when people quit. Here we fucking go. All right, we got a winner. Jillian, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, alrighty. This is when people quit. Fantastic. Super stoked. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2436 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Fam, we are going into OT. Head on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. It's going down. It's going fucking down. Rufus gets 0 fucks. Church equally gives 0 fucks. Everyone wants to see how cute you are. Everyone wants to see you're cute. We got overtime. God. Overtime's going down right now. Overtime. Overtime, bitch.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
As you can see, my nipples have been removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
I don't know. Overtime. 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 Overtime.
I fart in your general direction.
I got hairy legs.
Can I get a step back and fuck your face? You certainly can. One hand.
First, take a big step back and literally fuck
Elizabeth, good choice.
I like to caress rusty spoon.
Esther, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. We got people coming in the Daily Swole Telegram chat now. I appreciate you, Beaches. Fucking nailed it again. Undefeated.
I am the danger.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
I'm a fair guy, but this heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Making sick games. And I'm making sick games, making sick games. Piano cock, quick release. Ooh, coast to coast. All the way over. Ooh, got a pivot. Very nice. Thank you so much. Golf clap for the piano cock. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Fam, that was fantastic. What a show. What a show. Let me crank up this hog. Oh my God. And snap that shit shut. Fam, right now, we have overtime. Can you smell something? Can you smell it? What's that? What's that noise? The smell? Ooh. It is overtime. We got to switch sidebars. It is time to make some sick fucking gains. So right now, inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat, we have overtime. We got exclusive new edits that we cannot post on social media platforms because they get blocked and banned all the time. So boo, boo, boo. Zark Kuckerberg always blocks my shit. Always blocks my shit. Tired of getting banned. So now we just release them inside overtime. We have amazing edits to drop and special release. Special release. It's fucking lit. DWG coming right up. Fam, let's get into it. Thank you for being here. This will be uploaded, of course. The overtime segment will be available later if you join after the live stream. In fact, we'll get it up and then you can catch all the overtime segments when you join. And of course, we have an accountability meeting on Monday. So as a member, you get access to all the private live streams. And on Thursday, we have a Swole Fam Roundtable. So endless benefits to join the Swole Fam. So check us out, SwarmSX.com. Now it's time for overtime. Peace the fuck out, Beaches. Thanks for being here. Subscribe, share the show, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Check the links down below to learn more about the Swole Fam. Apparel drops over at papasolio.com. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you over there. Peace, McGeese. Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh. Out.
You already know this is about to be stupid.